A third manatee is found dead in Sarasota County waters in just the last week, red tide being that likely killer. I'll have the story just ahead.
Plus, how Moat Marine Lab is using new technology to learn more about the effects of red tide.
And some Florida lawmakers proposing a special session to revisit the state's Stand Your Ground law. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Topping our news, dead marine animals are washing up on beaches along the Gulf Coast. As we reported last month, a nearly 26-foot whale shark washed up on Sanibel Island. Florida Fish and Wildlife biologists are investigating if red tide is to blame.
3 manatees have now been found dead in Sarasota County just in the last week alone as red tide still lingers in the Gulf. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the Gulf tonight to explain what scientists are saying about these manatee deaths. Jess?
Well, Jacqueline and Scott, it started with sea turtles, and now scientists believe that the red tide is also killing manatees, obviously a threatened species here in the state of Florida. Moat Marine is helping FWC recover dead manatees from the waters, this one being brought to shore earlier today in Nokomis. Another young manatee was found dead in Venice yesterday, and the third on Turtle Beach on Saturday. Moat Marine Laboratory is struggling to keep up with all of the calls that keep coming in as they assist FWC in recovering these animals. Scientists are getting a lot of calls from the community thinking that a manatee is in distress when really it isn't. They're asking the community to look for manatees that are comatose with fits of seizures and also repeated barrel rolls. Moat Stranding Investigations Program Manager Gretchen Lovewell says it'll appear that they're intoxicated in the waters if they're suffering from red tide.
We have a lot of mating herds happening right now, and that's usually a single female being pursued by multiple males. Our females are huge. They're much larger than the males, so a lot of these calls are getting reported as a mom being pushed around by her babies.
If you do see a manatee in distress, immediately call either FWC or Moat Marine. Both of those numbers are on our website, mysuncoast.com. Reporting live in Sarasota County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Jess, thank you. New at 5, Florida Fish and Wildlife trying to speed up the process of removing dead fish from our area beaches. The FWC now waiving cleanup rules in 7 counties, including Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte. People can now remove fish from the area regardless of bag, size, possession limits, or of season or area closures. A saltwater fishing license is also not required. On Friday, Governor Rick Scott ordered the FWC and Florida Department of Environmental Protection to take more action to address red tide in coastal communities.
Moat Marine Lab in Sarasota is finding new ways to combat red tide using just your cell phone. Researchers have launched an app that allows you to mark if you're experiencing the effects of red tide. This new app, called Citizen Science Information Collaboration, or CSIC, lets beachgoers mark where they are or are not seeing any dead fish or having respiratory irritation.
It's a way to help fill the gaps between the information that scientists collect and our beach conditions reporting system.
Researchers have also partnered with NOAA to train citizen scientists to use a cell phone microscope. They'll get a sample of the water and then upload a 30-second video of it into another app, which will then calculate the concentration of red tide in that sample by its shape, size, and swimming pattern. ABC7 is covering the red tide bloom from every angle. You can log on to our website, mysuncoast.com/red tide, to see all of our coverage, including answers to some of your most frequently asked questions.
All right. Well, let's check in on our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, how's it look for us?
Well, I got to tell you about the red tide. Still will stay on that theme right now. I talked to a person who watches the turtles in the morning on Anna Maria Island. This morning, she said there was no problem at all for her. All the fish have been blown out to sea that were still remaining, and there were no harmful impacts. That's because we had a strong east wind. A little bit of a west wind right now has developed. Also, on social media, getting photos from the south end of Lombo Key, and they had a lot of dead fish in some of the canals yesterday, today. not nearly as much, about a 90% reduction. So some good news in that regard, but the red tide is still out there. We've had a strong east wind throughout the day today. That's going to change. This high pressure ridge has been providing us that easterly wind. That's going to move a little bit. It looks like tomorrow, but more so on Thursday and Friday, and eventually position itself down to our south once again as an approaching front, and a trough of low pressure moves in over the eastern third of the nation. And that brings us that west to southwest wind, which we've been so familiar with all summer long, it seems. And that winds of change will happen on Thursday and probably stick around through the weekends. So it looks like it could be back on shore. That will kick the waves up, and the waves kick the red tide up in the atmosphere, and then the winds blow that onto the area beaches. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now, we've had a few showers around earlier. Look at that outflow boundary from the storms that were around earlier near Bradenton and northwest Bradenton. There it is, moving east. This is a rather large complex of storms now progressing off toward the west-northwest at around 10 miles an hour. Here's a look now at some of the cities. Northport, 527 if it holds together, and it looks like it could. We also have Warm Mineral Springs just a short time after that as it progresses off to the northwest. Now, a lot of these storms have been weakening in about 40 minutes to 45 minutes after they develop, so we'll keep an eye on that. It may not make it all the way up to Northport, and you can see some showers near Palmetto and over the northern portions of Manatee County right now. We'll have much more on our rain chances. They're lowering coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Tonight, we're learning more about what confessed shooter Nicholas Cruz said during his interrogation following the Parkland school shooting. Cruz was lonely, depressed, and very troubled, according to transcripts released by the state attorney's office. In those tapes, he says voices in his head would tell him to do bad things. He tells the detective he listens to those voices, which at times he calls the demon, because he was lonely and listening to the voices was better than being alone. Now, these transcripts shed some light on just how dark Cruz's thoughts really were.
Florida lawmakers have until this Friday to respond to a request for a special session to revisit the state's Stand Your Ground law. All 16 Senate Democrats and 23 of the 41 House Democrats, including Sarasota Representative Margaret Good, signed that request. It's asking the Florida Department of State to poll the entire legislature on holding a special session. The request came in response to the July 23rd shooting death of Marquise McLaughlin in the parking lot of a Clearwater convenience store. No charges have been filed against the shooter, with Pinellas County Sheriff saying the gunman is protected under the long controversial law.
Tonight, the chair of the Manatee County School Board explaining why one of the top administrators with the school district is now under investigation. As we first reported on ABC7 at 5 yesterday evening, the Deputy Superintendent of Business Services and Operations, Ron Serrana, has been placed on administrative leave. School Board Chair Scott Hopes says the district has concerns regarding payments and the new enterprise resource planning software and implementation process. Hopes says some of the payments may not have gone through the proper authorization, and they have identified some issues that need further exploration.
Rest assured that people within the administration will be held accountable for how we spend taxpayer money.
Serrana is responsible for that program and more than a dozen other departments within the school district.
Happening tonight, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office and Boys and Girls Club will be hosting its National Night Out celebration. The annual Crime Prevention Night will run from 6 to 9 at the Sheriff's Office in Bradenton. It is free and open to the public.
And happening now, Sarasota police are in the final days of collecting supplies for kids in need before school starts. They call it Pack the Patrol Car, and you can stop by the police station near Payne Park and drop off any donations in one of their police cruisers. That event will continue until Friday, and you can drop off donations between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. Last year, the department collected more than 2,000 school supplies. For a full list of what they're looking for, head over to mysuncoast.com.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, cities across the country are banning plastic straws and bags. What's being done here in the Suncoast to protect the environment?
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, the new school year is fast approaching. We'll have some tips on how to give kids a healthy start coming up next.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Plastic bags, straws, bottles, and containers. Those materials add up to millions of tons of plastic that end up in our oceans every year. ABC7's Alan Cohn joins us now with a look at the efforts made locally to reduce that number. Alan?
Scott, a half a dozen major U.S. cities enforce plastic bag bans. That leaves some asking, can we expect to see one here in Sarasota? The city of Sarasota tells us there are state laws that prevent local governments from banning these items. Without a plastic bag or straw ban in place, Sarasota is working on helping the environment through climate change initiatives and renewable energy efforts.
So right now we're trying to do a lot of education, trying to support a lot of the grassroots efforts that are happening right now around, skip the straw and, reusable bags.
Coming up tonight on ABC7 at 7, we'll share how else the city of Sarasota is working to keep our area clean and green. Back to you.
All right, Alan, we'll see you tonight at 7. Thank you. Bob is back with some, just a few showers around the area earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, and they're around just a short period of time, too. They are producing some lightning, and we have a big line down south right now. We're going to show you that on the radar in just a minute, but here's Lakewood Ranch webcam. We've had a few clouds around. As I mentioned, not a lot of rainfall there at Lakewood Ranch, but there are still some showers dancing across the skies here, and we will see an opportunity, at least a slight chance, for a few more. Well, here are the weather headlines as they read. Offshore winds continue on Wednesday for the most part, so pretty good news as far as that goes, as we looked at mainly east winds moving throughout much of the morning and early afternoon, then a west coast sea breeze developing in the afternoon. And then transition day on Thursday, and then we'll see west to southwest winds begin Again, on looks like Thursday, Friday will be the days, and then continuing on to the weekend. We had a few brief showers around earlier. I mentioned you can see that rainfall near Bradenton. Also now the north end of northwestern portions of Manatee County. You can see the outflow boundary quite clearly moving off toward the east right now. And down south is where the biggest storms are, heading off toward Northport and possibly into Venice now if it holds together. Pretty good lightning strikes now occurring into Charlotte Harbor, near Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, getting some heavy rainfall. All this moving off to the northwest at around 10 miles an hour. And some of the cities that may have an impact if it does hold together, 647 for South Venice. And looks like Northport just a short period of time from now, not too long. And then you can see that one cell right there now generating some lightning strikes there. So a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere, allowing these storms to get a little taller, which means get a little higher in the atmosphere and produce lightning strikes. This one just happened within the last few minutes. Buckeye Road, rainfall all the way out to US 41 near Piney Point. And then that heavier rainfall down to our south, all this kind of progressing in a northwest fashion. This is really quite impressive too here into eastern sections of Charlotte County. Rainfall totals, not much going on at all in Hardy County today, DeSoto County, quiet now, but rain on the way here, as well as into Manatee County is where the heaviest rain fell. And it wasn't around long, but it did produce some pretty hefty rainfall amounts near Bradenton and Palmetto. Nearly an inch of rainfall there. Also Parrish, just about an inch of rain estimated from the Doppler radar site. And then down south near Nokomis, stretching northward to the extension there, we had about 3/10 of an inch of rainfall in just a short order. Well, water vapor imagery, still dry air around, not as expansive as it was yesterday. We have this upper level low too, which is feeding off to the west-northwest. And with all this dry air still in place and this not very active, we're going to see a slight chance for a few showers again tomorrow and on Thursday. That wind is all that important as far as direction goes, and it turns around to the east-southeast tonight and tomorrow morning, and it stays out of the east throughout the day tomorrow. We're going to have an easterly component to our wind flow, even in through the noon hour, but eventually it changes back to the west. So the afternoon, late afternoon and evening, we'll get that onshore flow as that sea breeze develops in the afternoon, but that's all soon to change, though, on Thursday, as most of the day we'll have westerly winds throughout the day. For the showers and storms scattered about, most of the action tomorrow will be inland. Then again on Thursday, similar conditions anticipated, as we'll see that west to southwest wind focusing most of the storms in our inland counties, pushing off toward the east, and always a chance for a morning shower or two. Well, we do have a new named storm, but there's nothing to it. It's Debbie, and it won't be around for more than 24 hours or 36 hours, if that matters. And it's in the North Atlantic right now. It is a subtropical system. Actually, it's now at 40-mile-an-hour winds. Its name is Debbie. It's moving to the north at 15. So the fourth named storm will then fade away tomorrow. There's no more forecast track and path because it just goes away as a result of it moving over some very chilly water. So 4 down, and looks like maybe 6 more to go, or possibly even less. South to southwest winds tomorrow at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. A 7-day forecast looks like this: a 30% chance for a few showers tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon and evening. A 20% chance for a few morning showers on Thursday, with a 20% as well on Friday. Same story. Timing will be inland in the afternoon and evening. Morning showers possible around, and then a 40% chance still that morning activity possible on Saturday and Sunday due to the west wind. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert Traffic. We're seeing a crash in the eastbound lanes of University Parkway at Cattleman Road, right near the UTC Mall there. Traffic is also backed up as you head north on the interstate from south of there all the way past it as you get closer to State Road 70 in Manatee County.
In health news tonight, how to make the transition from summertime to school time a bit easier. Adjusting sleep schedules before the first day of school is very important. Dr. Kim Giuliano of the Cleveland Clinic suggests that you start putting your child to bed 10 to 15 minutes earlier for a few nights, and then slowly increase that time until you reach your bedtime goal. Practicing your child's morning routine, like getting dressed and eating breakfast, can also help ease back to school jitters. Dr. Giuliano also suggests that you start weaning your kid off of screens.
Children who are exposed to electronics have a harder time paying attention and focusing, and tend to be more anxious and irritable. So it is really important, in order for your child to have a smart, high functioning and less emotional brain at the beginning of the school year to think about starting to get back to some of those healthier electronic habits now.
It's common for kids to be nervous about going back to school. Dr. Giuliano recommends talking to children about their fears and reassuring them. A trip to the school may also be helpful as well. And as you gather up all of those school supplies for your kids, one thing to think about is their emotional backpack. Local certified counselors Poppy and Jeff Spencer say the emotional backpack is filled with all of the solutions to challenges that students face, from unfair treatment, bullying, and social cliques to illegal substances. The Spencers say it's essential that moms and dads equip their kids with all the tools, both tangible and emotional.
Parents are often thinking about loading up the backpack with all the items you need, books, notebooks, pencils, erasers, all those physical things, but we think it's important to have emotional things in the backpack.
So we suggest problem-solving skills, role play at the kitchen table to help difficult situations, reframing those thoughts that challenge us.
For the complete list of tips for parents to help kids pack that emotional backpack, head over to our website, mysuncoast.com. And vaccines are important for preventing disease in people of all ages, but especially for school-age children. A doctor with the Cleveland Clinic says children typically receive 2 shots that protect against 8 diseases between the ages of 4 and 6. She says they get them again around age 11 or 12, and then again between the ages of 16 and 18. The complete vaccine schedule is designed to protect kids from 16 potentially harmful diseases. If parents aren't sure whether their child is up to date on vaccinations or if a child has missed their shots, doctors recommend talking to their pediatrician about getting back on track. Coming up, an argument at a NASCAR race leads to an investigation after an officer points his gun at a driver. Plus, a venomous snake removed from a person's garage in Northport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing DermaSuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. DermaSuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as DermaSuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the DermaSuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your DermaSuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Tonight, a truck driver is dead after a tractor trailer overturned on the Florida Turnpike in Miami Gardens. Rescuers responded to the scene just before noon today after one person was reported trapped in the truck. A surgeon was even called to the scene to help with the rescue. However, the victim was pronounced dead after they were removed from the truck. The northbound lanes of the Turnpike were closed while crews worked to clear that scene. The blaze being called the Holy Fire in Southern California is 0% contained and has burned at least 4,000 acres as of this morning. At least 600 firefighters from multiple agencies are battling the fire from both the ground and the air. As of last night, it was moving at a moderate rate of speed, but flames have destroyed at least one structure and threatened several communication towers. Fire officials say they believe this area has not burned since 1980, so there's plenty of fuel.
Well, tempers flared during a NASCAR race in North Carolina on Saturday night. It started with two drivers having a series of issues with each other on the racetrack. Police say one driver was standing outside of his disabled race car when another driver appeared to ram that car on purpose. Police say the driver then recklessly spun his car around the disabled car, putting officers, exiting drivers, and race workers in its path. They say an officer saw this as a deadly threat to all of them and then pulled his gun, and the driver stopped immediately. The officer holstered his gun after about 4 seconds, but police say that investigation is ongoing. Oh, that is definitely not a sound that you want to hear. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Animal Services was called to a Northport home to help a person remove a rattlesnake from their garage. As you can see, Officer Scott Meyer was able to safely remove that venomous snake. Shortly after the snake was captured, it was relocated and unharmed. Ooh, that little rattle just gave me heebie-jeebies. I don't like snakes. No, thank you.
Well, they're around. Rattlesnakes live here too, yeah.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News. For months, we've been telling you about the Sarasota County School District's new police force. Tonight, we'll hear from those officers who will be protecting students for the first time.
Plus, close to 16,000 students will be riding a bus every day in Manatee County. How school bus drivers are preparing for the upcoming school year.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. or visit SoClean.com today.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.